Hello everyone, I'm just going to do a little video with you today on introduction to using the Logo Maker browser editor that I would suggest you use for the upcoming tasks and assignment that we're going to do for the creating your own esports organization part of Unit 2. There's going to be a series of videos. This is the first one, which is going to be very much the basics of how to do this. So this will be obviously available to you to use whenever you want. You can pause, you can rewatch, you can use it as much as you like. Okay, this should hopefully save me having to individually show everyone how to do things. And just bear in mind, if you ask me some simple questions about something, the first thing I'm going to do is probably tell you to watch this video or tell you to rewatch part of the video. Okay. So this is the website we're going to be working with. It's up here, very simple, logomaker.net. This link up here is available in Teams for you to use as well. Okay. So this is going to take you straight to the esports logos section. And if you scroll, you can see there's a wide variety of different logo templates. Don't worry too much about the coloring or text or any of that, because you can change all of that. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Okay. If none of those take your fancy, then if you come up to categories at the top up here, you can see there's a huge number of categories. Okay. Let's say you want to go for a car themed esports team. Okay, we'll get rid of that. There's again bunch of varieties here. You can see there's some various different ones with sort of car styles in. Again, you can change the colors, you can change the text, you can change the size of things, but gives you a good starting point. Okay, maybe you want to go, I don't know, spooky Halloween theme. Okay, again, you've got lots of variety there. You want to go for a silly theme, maybe you want let's find something a bit daft. Food. What we got here? There you go. Look, team bread. That could be your basis for your esports team if it's about bread. Don't know why it'd be about bread, but there you go. Hopefully there'll be something to suit everyone. If we go back to the esports one, if I find it on here, there it is. Very, very easy to use. Pick one that takes your fancy to start with. So you might want to go for a very sort of player gaming one. Maybe you want something that's tied into the style of games. If it's, you know, maybe about PUBG or shooters or something, that'd be quite cool. I'm going to go for this bear one as a basis. All right. So you can either preview it and then press use this template, or when you hover over it, you can just pick use this template straight away. So let's do that. That takes you to this page, so you can see it nice and big. Okay. First thing I'm going to suggest you do is come up to the top right up here, and you're going to click this button here that says layers. Okay. That's going to give you all of the different pieces of this image in different layers. Okay. Very important here, and you can click these actually to show you which part is which. So we'll put a little box around that section like that. If it's not clear what it is, so for example here, what I would suggest you do, come to this icon in the middle, and if you move that around, it allows you to tilt that. So that will show you which piece exactly you're going to be editing. Now you might be thinking, oh, it's going to be difficult to get that bang on back to where I want it to be. It does tell you the degrees on the screen, so if you get to 0, it should go back to where it was. If you can't be bothered with that, if you come up here, there's an undo button. This is very, very useful. Anytime you make a mistake, click that and it will just undo it. Okay. You can use Control Z as well, just like if you're editing something in Microsoft Office, to undo something too. Okay, so all those different sections. So this one here is all the purples. We'll undo that. This one here is this outline of like the bear's head. This part here is that shield bit in the background. You get the idea. Okay. Right, this list then the further up we go on this list towards the top, the further forward in the image that piece is going to be. Yeah? So if we take this text here, you can move this around just by clicking it around. That is always going to be in front of everything else in the image because the layer is at the top of the list. Okay? Just to show you what I mean by this, if you want to move your layers around, you see when you bring the cursor over here, you get a hand icon. That's to show you can drag the layers. So you can move this up and down through here, and as soon as you release the click, it will slot into that position. So let's try and put it down here. Release that, and you can see now that pink part in this layer has gone over the front of the text. If we do it again, drop it another layer, now it's behind the purple part of the bear. Okay, now obviously that looks a bit daft, so we're going to put it back to the top, and then we're going to reset the position of the text back in the nice little box at the bottom. Okay, so easy way to check if something's not working or if something doesn't look quite the way you want it to, have a play around with the layers. Remember, you can still undo changes. Have a play around with the layers and see if that fixes your problem. Okay, so on to some basics of how to use this. Let's start with this one, which is the main colors of our bear. Okay, now very, very easy. If you come over to the left here, you can see there's a color control section. Document color tells you the different colors that are being used in this image already, and then new colors gives you a variety, or you can click the plus and it allows you to use a mixer to create whatever colors you like. Okay, click the plus again, that goes away. So I'm going to go for a new color here, just to show you what I mean here. You can see if we click that, you get various different colorations on that section. Alright, now I'm going to go for a nice sort of green color for my bear. There we go. I like that current color, so I'm going to keep that one. Okay, now that doesn't really go with this pink, so I'm going to change the pink to maybe like grey. Looks a bit too dark. There we go, that grey looks quite cool. Now I think the yellow looks alright with that, but it could look better. So let's go for, do I go the same grey there, or probably darker grey? I think the same grey looks quite good. So there we go, got a nice grey and green on the bear. This part here, let's just have a check using the toggle. What's that going to change? It's going to change that bit. Okay, let's just undo that to make sure it's bang on straight. See what that looks like in white. Whoa, that spoils things a bit. I'm just going to keep that black. I think that looks good in black. Come down to the next part. This is just the outline of this sort of shield. Let's try that in white. That looks okay. Maybe try it in a bright green. Try changing that a bit on here. A bit neon on that one. Yeah, I like that. Let's go for that. And then this one here is the background. No. For dark green background? No, I think I like the black background. Right, so very simple. All you've done really there is change the colours. Okay. Next up, the text. So if we click the text box up here, you can see there's this part in the bottom. Now to change this text, Bears Team is a terrible name, so I'm not going to use that. If you double click, you can see you get an icon here to show you that you can change the text. You can highlight that and get rid of it and type what you like. You can change the font style and also the font size very easily with these drop downs. Okay. Right, what style do I want? Let's have a little scroll. Archive, no, don't like that. Aurora, No, that's a bit weird. There's a lot of fonts available, so take your time to have a look through. Bloody Stump. Very metal. Not sure that goes with my colours. Cute jellyfish? What does that look like? No, that's a bit too silly. Okay, that one's quite cool. Let's make the text big. Again, you can see here, I'm literally just trial and error, playing around, what sizes look good, what works well. Okay, so I think that text looks alright. I'm going to go a bit bigger. You can also just type here, so it'll cap you at 72, but if you want bigger, you can type like 200, it'll be huge. Okay, you can remember as well, just click that and drag it around if you want to. Okay, now obviously I'm not going to use 200, that's silly. Let's try 72 again. Bring that logo back to the middle. Do you think that's a bit too small still? So let's try 100. Oops. 100? Yeah, cool. Right, what am I going to call the team? Let's go for Grizzly Esports. That's not a terrible name. Now, obviously that now looks a bit too big, so we're going to change it down again. I'd quite like it to be fitting into that section there. So that does just about fit. I think I'm going to go for 70 just to get it nice. There we go. Okay. So very basic. All I've done really is change the colours, and I've added in a different name and changed the fonts around. Okay. So that's it for the basics video. As I said, please feel free to go back and rewatch, pause, etc. If you want to know more about adding in new items, then that's going to be in video number 2.